This is part 4 of 10 disciplines for transformational teaching. And these next few disciplines are what are called design disciplines, habits that will help us to more effectively build our communications. Discipline 4, know your audience and build your message so it's persuasive to them. The best teachers learn as much as possible about the age group they'll be instructing before developing their teaching plans. The best speakers ask a lot of questions about what the audience knows and cares about before creating their message. Missionaries, too, learn all they can about the people they're trying to reach before communicating with these people. Many trial lawyers learn everything they can about each juror long before ever making their opening argument. There's a general principle of communication that transcends all of these illustrations. Know your audience. It's a principle that applies universally. Before you do the hard work of design, do your homework regarding those who will hear you. Then build your teaching specifically for their ears, for their minds, for their concerns, for their edification. Most of us know this, of course. The real problem is that we often breeze right by this step because, frankly, we get a bit overconfident. We think we already know our audience as well as we need to, so we move on. Bad idea. Consider this. Pastors typically assume the same thing. They assume they know well the congregation they're trying to influence, and they design their sermons, their discipleship programs, and their other communications based on that assumption. But according to one nationwide survey, many of them may be way off base. Pastors in that survey said that 70% of their congregants deem their faith in God to be the highest priority in their life. When the researchers asked those in the pews, though, only 15% said their faith was their highest priority. Think about the implications. Think about how many pastors are missing the mark with their messages because they misunderstand their audience. And here's the crux of the matter. Think about how many more lives would be affected and how much more influence our churches might have if pastors and other church leaders knew their flock better. Each one of us is susceptible to falling into the same overconfidence trap. No matter what audience God has entrusted to us, large or small, we should honor that trust by thoroughly understanding that audience before we attempt to teach that audience.